If you call yourself a Stoic, you're probably doing it wrong. Most people who call themselves Stoic today are not practicing strength, they are practicing emotional suppression. They confuse numbness with discipline, silence with wisdom, detachment with maturity, and slowly they become cold, passive, and disconnected from life itself. That is not Stoicism. That is avoidance wearing a philosophical mask. And if you truly want respect, confidence, and emotional control, you need to understand what real Stoicism actually is, because the truth hurts. Most people using Stoicism are doing the exact opposite of what Marcus Aurelius intended. And by the end of this video, you will never look at self-control the same way again. Real Stoicism was never about becoming emotionless. It was about becoming unshakable. There is a massive difference. Emotionless people become distant. Unshakable people remain calm under pressure. One escapes life, the other masters it. But modern culture has distorted Stoicism into this robotic identity where men think they must never react, never care, never feel pain. So what happens? They bottle everything inside, until eventually they explode over something small. That is not control. That is emotional debt collecting interest. Seneca the Younger warned that suppressed emotions do not disappear. They wait. And most men today are carrying years of unspoken frustration, insecurity, rejection, and anger behind a calm face. You see it everywhere. A man says he doesn't care, but secretly craves validation. A man acts unbothered, but loses sleep replaying conversations in his head. A man claims he has mastered emotions, but cannot handle criticism without becoming defensive. This is why so many people feel stuck. They are pretending to be strong instead of becoming strong. And real strength is much harder. Because real Stoicism forces honesty. It forces you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself, your excuses, your ego, your addictions, your need for approval. That is why most people avoid it, because it is easier to quote Stoicism than practice it. Anyone can post philosophical quotes online. Very few can remain calm when disrespected. Very few can stay disciplined when motivation disappears. Very few can accept failure without collapsing emotionally. That is where Stoicism begins, not in aesthetics, in behavior. Epictetus taught that you cannot control external events, only your response to them. Simple idea, extremely difficult to live. Because when life humiliates you, when people underestimate you, when things fall apart, your instincts take over. You want revenge. You want pity. You want to escape discomfort. But Stoicism asks a different question. Can you remain disciplined when emotions demand chaos? That is the real test. And this is where most people fail without realizing it. They use Stoicism to avoid vulnerability. They stop expressing themselves, stop taking risks, stop connecting deeply with others. They think becoming colder makes them stronger. But coldness is not power. Presence is power. The ability to stay composed while fully engaged with life. The ability to feel anger without becoming controlled by it. To feel fear without obeying it. To feel pain without surrendering to it. That is mastery. And here is what changes when you finally understand this. You stop trying to look strong, and you start building actual strength. You speak less, but your words carry weight. You stop chasing validation because your self-respect becomes internal. You stop reacting emotionally to everything because you realize most things do not deserve your energy. This changes how people see you, but more importantly, It changes how you see yourself. Because confidence is not built by pretending nothing affects you. That emotions no longer control your actions. It is built by proving to yourself. That is why disciplined men appear calm. Not because life is easy for them, but because they trained themselves not to panic under pressure. And the truth is, most people will never do this work. They will continue performing wisdom instead of living it. They will wear stoicism like a costume. But the few who truly practice it become different, calmer, sharper, harder to manipulate, harder to break. Not because they stopped feeling, but because they finally stopped being ruled by feelings. So if you call yourself a Stoic, ask yourself honestly, are you becoming emotionally disciplined or merely emotionally unavailable? Because one creates inner peace, the other slowly destroys you in silence. And real Stoicism? It is not about hiding emotion. It is about mastering yourself in spite of it.